Lying here, pray that you're alone. I'm tired of sleeping on my own. I wish your name would flash upon my phone, reminding me I'm not alone. Traps in this burning room, flames in the shape of you. You left me standing in the dark. You left my heart in two. These words were made for you, and now we're nothing but a spark. 'Cause the hardest thing I'll ever do is walk away, still loving you, but now I'm just somebody that's your love. You let me in, you spill me out your soul, and I can live it out.
Hi friends, welcome to another Clean With Us. Today we are taking in other people's clutter. At the beginning of September, we met up with a couple of friends and we started our Tidy 2 tote project. Our goal was to bring awareness that clutter can dominate our homes, and we did this with 5 different families, including our own. Okay, I know it looks crazy. We're bringing in other people's junk into our dining room, but hear us out. We wanted to create a one-stop shop, or I guess I should say drop, for people's stuff. So they didn't have to take it to donation centers or try to get rid of it on Marketplace. We did all of that for them. To clarify, we did not keep any of the items that were brought into us. We specifically brought them to a local church, especially a lot of the kids' clothes. We went to Facebook Marketplace, or actually the Buy Nothing page. So this was all free. We didn't make any money on that. And then we also did Goodwill for those items that we absolutely could not give away for free. Every family received a decluttering binder. It had a 30-day challenge with each day something to declutter. It had items decluttering like mark-off sheet for every time you got rid of something, you put an X next to it. And it also had a guide for each of the calendar days. I like to think of this as the Tidy 2 inside your ear, where these are the things we would be asking you or challenging you when you got to that section of the decluttering project. If you're trying to stop the video right now to read this, you can, but there are 2 places that you can find this information. For one, on our Pinterest page, the Tidy 2, and also at the end of this video, we have it where you can actually pause the video and do a really good look at the guide. All right, looking at this calendar page, which challenge do you think you'd be able to do very easily, and which one do you think would be really hard for you? I would say for me, under the bed was the easiest because I don't have anything under there except for maybe a cat or 2. But for the most difficult, I would say sentimental was probably the most difficult, and that is why it is last on the list. Leave that comment down below so that we know what would be easy and what would be hard for you. All right, working with these families was wonderful. And what we realized is our biggest fear for them was that we would be getting items that maybe were gross or disgusting. I know a lot of people worry about things like lice, but we found it to be the exact opposite issue. What people brought to us was actually very unique, interesting, and very clean. There were a couple stained clothing items, but for the most part, when we put everything on our free page, it was gone within 24 hours. You know it's good stuff when it only took 24 hours to get rid of it. Okay, for people that aren't aware of like what a Buy Nothing page is, let's explain that a little bit. So we are old and we still use Facebook, and I don't care what anyone says, it's the greatest thing ever. And on our Facebook, instead of going to Marketplace where you have to sell items, and that can be kind of a hassle because money gets in the way, what you can do is you can look up your local, so whatever city you live in, Buy Nothing. It means that it's completely free. Everything you post on there is free. And what you can do is put things either on your front porch if you live in a trusting neighborhood, or you can meet up somewhere or drop things at other people's homes, but they take it off your hands. So for these items, we would be like, hey, we have 28 travel mugs that we're looking to get rid of. Come pick up from the porch. Or you can get more specific where it's like, oh, I have these paintings, and Audrey from wherever will be like, oh, I'd like those. And you can be like, all right, well, I left a sticky note with your name on those paintings on my front porch. Come get them as soon as you can. So you can kind of leave it to the general, people come and pick it up, or you can leave it for specific people. It's just a very interesting way to get rid of things, and it helps reduce waste in our world. We took pictures of items by category. So like Laura mentioned, mugs were one category. In a moment, you'll see like a quick shot of candles and home decor and clothing. By sorting them, we were able to kind of generalize where they should go. And people came and picked them up in large chunks. Like, hey, I'll take the candle batch, or I'll take this piece of home decor, or so forth. One of our most popular items that was picked up was books. I know that you can donate to your library, but we have a brand new library in town, and I will say I'm not sure if they're wanting to take these old books. And I know you can use like the little libraries that are around the city, but honestly, people came and picked them up by the basket, and that was helpful. I think between all of the families, it's fair to say that we donated or received and got rid of close to 1,000 items, and that includes my own home. So this is Lana helping me with the baby nursery. This is something I have so much trouble with, that my little boy's only 4 months old, and I still am like, I don't know what to get rid of. But we received a lot of gifts from people, not just from the baby shower, but my husband's coworkers gave us gifts, and there were clothes that went all the way up to 4T, and I just don't have the storage to go quite that far. So we decided that 2T would be our cutoff, and anything after that, we can, either hopefully receive some more gifts, or we'll just buy our own clothes. I think this also kind of goes to like a scarcity mindset. Like if we knew we were in a situation where getting clothes would be extremely difficult, yeah, maybe we would force storage, but we don't. We're in a great place in our lives, and these clothes are just taking up very useful space. And there are many kids who need it now. So we did end up donating it to a local church. In the past, we did a really awesome video that got a lot of views. We decluttered both of our closets, and that was really fun. That was really great, and I'm back at it again. I cannot believe how much clothing I have. I think I donated 250 items. Almost 200 of them were clothing, not just baby clothes, but my clothes. And actually, I don't even think my husband got rid of anything this time around. It was all me. You should be proud of yourself. That is a big deal. Remember, when you guys donate something from your clothing or from your closet, this can go to someone who really needs it. And I mean, you probably have really good clothes, just like Laura has really good clothes, but someone else can use it, and that's really powerful. I'm not sure if you're watching this video on your phone or on your television, but if you're able to go into your closet now, go into your dresser and just start pulling things out. I pulled everything out of my dresser, every single scrap of clothing, and that's why there's so much here in front of us. And I was like, okay, get rid of, donate, maybe, not sure, etc. And you can do the same. In your closet, you can start anywhere, but I always start with clothing that I haven't worn in a very long time that isn't necessarily sentimental. These are the what if clothings. So what if I lose 10 pounds? What if this color comes back into style? It probably won't, and that's okay. Wear clothing that you're comfortable with. I would put those pieces of clothing first. Also look for damaged clothing. If the zipper is broken, you are probably not going to fix it. And that is a sad truth, but it is taking up precious space in your closet that something else can hold, or better yet, air. Nothing can be in that space, and that feels really, really good. Here are some tips that might help you get a little bit of control of your closet. Tip number 1, remember your closet is a container. The dresser within your closet is full. Okay, and there's no more room for it. You cannot add more clothing to it. And you can't say, oh, I guess I'm just going to put it on top of the dresser, or I'm going to put it in a basket next to the dresser. The dresser is the container, and the container is the limit. It contains, not expands. So you need to make sure you say, I can't have any more. No is going to be your best friend here. Finally, the last one. We've always said this, that numbers are your friend. I like to set an arbitrary number for the amount of hangers I'm allowed to have, but you do not have to do this. My arbitrary number is 20, sometimes 25, but right now it's at 20 hangers. You pick a number, and once you hit that number, you no longer can hang clothes. That's it. You can't squeeze them in there. You need to be able to move the hangers easily. Less clothing is going to give you more freedom. I think it's your daughter that has a really great quote that's rules make everything more fun. And so having another rule, such as 1 in, 1 out, you're going to be taking something out of your closet to get rid of. I always have in the back of my mind the your next clothing item. This is the clothing able to get rid of. We are so excited to share with you guys our decluttering guide in 30 days. This is the calendar view. So I want you to pay attention because you may not notice a pattern that is on here, but this is a stamina building activity, meaning that the earlier days, like 1 through 6, are pretty light in comparison to the last week. The last week's incredibly hard because this is a workout, and we're going to work out those muscles to be able to declutter. If on day 1 I was like, okay, we're going to go through your sentimental stuff and we're going to go through photo albums and videotapes and all that stuff, then, everybody would quit this guide real quick. So the first week, especially starting with the general idea of left to right, top to bottom, is going to be incredibly helpful and useful for the rest of your activities. Research shows that setting goals and tracking goals makes us more likely to obtain those goals. What gets measured gets managed. Every time you get rid of an item, I recommend putting a tally or a mark on something to represent what you've now gained. I know that seems kind of backwards, like you get rid of something and you gain something, but you gain time, you gain freedom, you gain opportunity and peace of mind. So please make sure you're marking it on something. I think there's like 133 dots on this, and we definitely filled this out multiple times throughout the family's decluttering projects. This first week, you're going to be mostly in the kitchen for your decluttering. Day 1, you are going to go to every single room in the house and look for very obvious things to declutter. That's what we call the top to bottom, left to right. It's basically making a mental checklist of what's going to leave. But everything else, we're going to kitchen counters, we're going into cabinets, we're going into food storage, looking at your dishes and asking yourself, do you really need 32 plates? So these are the kind of challenges we're going to really push you to accomplish in this one room. We already talked a lot about clothing, so make sure to stop, pause, and check out this page. If you're a shoe person, there's a lot of great advice for you about getting rid of your shoes or donating them, whatever you need to do. And again, I know we're going a little fast here, but make sure to check out our Pinterest page or just pause the video and take a peek at our guide here. One of my favorite weeks is week 3 because these are projects that I feel like I have a lot of control over. The coat closet is easy. Check to see if it fits them. If it doesn't, donate it. We're also going to be looking at makeup, accessories, medicine cabinet. Look for that expired stuff or stuff you don't use anymore. Say goodbye to it. But mostly, I think the most important thing on here is kids stuff. This, for many people, is a challenge. And for me, it's like, I cannot wait to help my kids learn to declutter. It's one of their biggest superpowers is being able to say no to stuff, no to impulsivity, no to collecting. And when you give your child that vocabulary word, you give them freedom and the ability to remove themselves from that instant gratification. Clothing is easy. Start with clothes they don't fit in anymore. If you have younger siblings that it can be hand-me-downs, put it in a tote. If you don't, give it to a church or someone who can use it. Toys. We've mentioned this before, but we overindulge our children in toys. They do not need as much as we give them. Go through, find developmentally appropriate age toys for their level, maybe one level up, and for the rest, get rid of it. I promise you, your children will play with less toys than you imagine, and they will have more fun doing it. And you will not have to clean up their mess, and they won't have to develop unrealistic cleaning mountain routines because they will have enough that they can manage. This is where the workout starts getting difficult, especially for me, the category of electronics. We have so many random cords and things in this house, and I don't want to be one of those women that are like, well, my husband's in charge of the electronics and the cords. But the truth is, he is. He has his old Guitar Heroes and CDs and media. You know, we had almost 300 DVDs that we went down to about still 200. It's not the hugest decrease, but I mean, I was pretty proud of it. And all those electronics, they are taking up so much space in my house, and I don't even know what half of them do. So that was a very difficult category for me. We've entered Tire Strong training, CrossFit. I mean, I don't really know much about working out, but like that, it's the hard stuff now is what we're on. We're looking at paperwork. This is difficult. I recommend when you bring in the bills, first off, if you can go anything digital, do, but everything else, goodbye. Throw it away as you walk into the house, shred it, whatever you need to do. The seasons are coming up. We've got Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas. If you celebrate those coming up, as you're pulling out decorations, if you find yourself not putting something out on display, donate it. This is the perfect time. Somebody will love your vintage Christmas village. Somebody will. It might even be me. I don't know. But you need to make sure you are looking and really assessing what do you need to have out. In terms of workout metaphors, this is like running from a bear. But you have the muscle. You have the muscle to do it. Like you have been training to run from the bear for a long time. And we are trying so hard to avoid it. But the truth is we need to take it head on. Don't fight bears. That's not a good idea. Unless it's a black bear. Because apparently if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, say good night. I think that's accurate. I'm a big fan of bears. Okay, why are we getting into bear trivia? I'm sorry. Get back into decluttering trivia. You're right. Garage. That is a big project. You might even need to enlist help on some of these things, and that's okay. Hopefully you have someone close enough, a partner, a friend, a parent, someone in your life that can help you tackle this. I try to be very open-minded on here, but one thing I always tell clients who are working on the garage, your primary purpose for the garage should be your car, or at least in the Midwest, that should be the goal. And that is something that lots of people are working on, even Laura is still working on, but to make your car be able to fit in the garage is one of the biggest things you can do for yourself. All right, I saw on here knickknacks, and I don't want you to, throw the computer or anything, but I'd love to hear your feelings and your thoughts on knickknacks. Tchotchkes are not your friend. All right, Lana just blew up. Sorry, everyone is different, and this is really hard for me because if it's all about clutter thresholds. Honestly, I'm getting really heated about this right now because if you are someone who can maintain your knickknacks, your tchotchkes, your gifts, your precious moment dolls, whatever it is, and you are able to put them on a nice display and you can dust them and all these things, then great. But here's the truth. I have very rarely met a family who has knickknacks who takes care of them because they are space takers, not gifts. They take away the gift of cleaning routines and space and clear-mindedness. And again, put it in the comments if you disagree with me, but this is one of those things I'm very, very passionate about. Give yourself some grace and say no to gifts that do not serve a purpose for you and your family. If you've got an hour to kill, check out our other declutter videos. We go over this quite extensively about how to say no to relatives that want to gift you things, especially maybe like family heirlooms or, your great aunt Helga is like, oh, this was in our family for years. And maybe like how to best tell her that, you appreciate that she thought of you, but that it's not something that you wish to receive, and to pawn it off on your cousin Dave. On that note, we are at the end of our video. We want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And since you're clicking buttons anyways, hop on over to our TikTok, become one of our followers, and you can see our entire detailed journey of the last 30 days of the Tidy 2 Tote project. We also started our newest challenge, which is Organize October. Check out our TikTok. We are on day 9 or something like that. On our Tidy 2 YouTube page, you will find a bunch of stuff on decluttering. Our most recent video, we take all of our TikToks in one place and have us do a detailed breakdown of how to declutter. But we also have decluttering closets, decluttering kids' rooms, decluttering bathrooms, so make sure to check those out. We are also looking for your advice. We post YouTube shorts all the time, but recently we're told that maybe we should start extending our 3-minute or more TikToks onto YouTube and play them as normal YouTube links videos, but in vertical. If you guys would watch those, they're shorter, a lot shorter. Let us know in the comments so that we can start posting even more content. The most important thing, and I wish we would have done it earlier in the video, was to thank our subscribers. You guys are amazing. I cannot believe that we are getting close to 3,000 subscribers. That is all because of you. There's not enough thank yous in the world to show you our appreciation, and we just hope to keep releasing great content so that you stay subscribed. We did it. We posted a video after 2 months of not being able to post a full-length video. I'm pretty proud of us right now, but we've got questions for you guys. We want to know, what should we clean next?